Hello dear student. In the last video, we have studied different type of chemical reaction. To continue with the same, today we are going to study the displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. Let us first see displacement reaction. A reaction in which one part, an atom or a group of atoms of a molecule is replaced by another is called a displacement reaction. Let us see few examples. Zinc chloride reacting with HCl forming zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. Potassium bromide reacting with chlorine forming potassium chloride plus bromine. Copper sulfate reacting with zinc forming copper plus zinc sulfate. Magnesium reacting with hydrochloric acid forming magnesium chloride plus hydrogen gas. Let us understand these reactions with the help of an activity. In this activity, we have taken a test tube. The test tube is filled up with copper sulfate solution in which we have placed an iron nail. We will keep this test tube for few minutes and will observe what happens after some time. After some time, we will observe that the blue color of copper sulfate fades and iron nail has turned to brown color. What happens here? Here, displacement reaction has taken place. Iron, being more reactive than copper, displaces copper from its salt solution, forming iron sulfate and copper. Now let us see some more displacement reaction. Zinc is more reactive than copper, displaces copper from its salt solution, forming zinc sulfate and copper. Lead, reacting with copper chloride, displaces copper from its salt solution and form lead chloride and copper. In all these displacement reactions, you will observe that the blue color copper sulfate fades. Displacement reaction may also be defined as when a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. It is called a displacement reaction. Let us now see the next reaction, double displacement reaction. A reaction in which the two reacting ionic compounds exchange their corresponding ions is called a double displacement reaction. Let us see some example of double displacement reaction. Silver nitrate reacting with sodium chloride forming silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. Nickel nitrate reacting with sodium hydroxide forming nickel hydroxide plus sodium nitrate. Potassium bromide reacting with barium iodide forming potassium iodide and barium bromide. Lead acetate reacting with hydrochloric acid forming lead chloride and acetic acid. In all these examples, you will notice that the ions are exchanged between the reactants. Let us understand the double displacement reaction with the help of an activity. You will see here sodium sulfate solution is taken in a test tube and to this test tube some barium chloride solution is added to it. What happens here? It has undergone double displacement reaction. Let us see the reaction. Sodium sulfate, when reacted with barium chloride solution, exchange of ions has taken place. Sodium has taken the place of barium and barium ions occupy the space of sodium, forming barium sulfate insoluble substance, or we can say white precipitate is formed here. and soluble part sodium chloride is formed here. This reaction is also called as precipitation reaction, as white precipitate of barium sulfate is formed. Let us see one more double displacement reaction. Lead nitrate solution reacting with potassium iodide solution. Lead ions and potassium ions are exchanged. This reaction is called as double displacement reaction, forming lead iodide and potassium nitrate. Lead iodide, which is formed, is a yellow color precipitate, and therefore this reaction is also called as precipitation reaction. Children, till now we have discussed 4 different types of chemical reaction, that is combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, and double displacement reaction. Please write the definition of all these reactions along with the example in your copy.